the 11th straight season, longest active streak in the NBA. According to ESPN Analytics, the Celtics and Cavaliers have a nearly 60% chance of meeting in the Eastern Conference Finals. By comparison, there are 4 matchups with at least a 10% chance of taking place in the West. Kendrick Perkins joins us now to talk all things NBA. Okay, so Perk, 16 wins in a row for the Cavs. They're on pace for nearly 70 wins. And you've said before on this show, Cleveland is the second best team in the East, trailing the reigning champion Celtics. Have they done enough to change your mind?
I mean, no, they haven't. And look, Cleveland is doing an outstanding job right now, especially Evan Mobley. He's playing, like an all-NBA player, second best power forward behind Giannis Antetokounmpo, in my opinion, in the league. But I still have the Boston Celtics. They just know how to win, and I trust them more. Jason Tatum has been playing at the MVP level. You have the role players stepping up their game, and they're still doing this without Kristaps Porzingis in the lineup. And again, I just need to see it in the postseason when it comes down to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, it makes sense. The champs are still the Celtics, and you got to see them beat to believe it. All right, so on to the Lakers. After a heartbreaking loss at Denver, it's their second game of a brutal 6-game in 8 days stretch. They got no Luka on Friday as they build him back up to 100%. Why are you still confident that this group will be ready to make a run when the postseason begins?
Because, one, JJ Redick is a hell of a coach. He's done an outstanding job this season. Number 2, we just watched them compete with the Denver Nuggets at a high level without 6 of their rotation guys in the lineup, and including their 2 superstars in LeBron James and Luka. We just saw Austin Reeves and Dalton Connect both go for 30 pieces. And I just think when they're healthy, they're the second best team in the Western Conference. I think outside of the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Lakers could beat any other team in the 7-game series because of the elevation of their role players that has been unlocked by JJ Redick.
Yeah, and especially offensively as his team gels more, man, they're going to be dangerous in the playoffs. The Suns are next for L.A. on Sunday. Hey, Perk, always a pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you.
James Worthy, Byron Scott, Mike Trudell is out in Denver. The Lakers lose an absolute heartbreaker to the Nuggets. Going into the game, the world thought LA had no chance when 6 of their top 8 guys were listed as out going into this game. The spread went up to 15.5, but nobody told the Lakers. This team absolutely played their hearts out. You got to be really proud of the effort that they gave. They could have folded. Denver went up 13. Lakers battled back. They had a 3-point lead in that final minute. Jokic gets the foul and 1. Murray hits the big shot. Lakers turned it over. But they were right there to win this game. Credit to JJ and the staff, the players, Austin Reeves, Dalton, all those guys, Koloko coming in. People gave some big minutes tonight, James. I know they lost, and it's their 4th in a row, and it's not a good place to be right now. They've slid down a little bit in the standings, but you can hang your hat on a real good effort that they got tonight.
Yeah, they get it's a little worthy clap. I don't get worthy claps for losses, but I was very proud of this team, and it's a perfect example of keeping your phone on the hook and being ready to play. Professional players came out with effort and did some things other than they didn't get to the free throw line as many times as Denver did, but they did some really good things. They played hard, hit some big shots. Dalton, Reeves, I thought Goodwin, I thought game. I give them a lot of credit. I feel good, even though we lost. I feel good about this unit and what they were able to do.
We were feeling real good there with about 50 seconds left. 3-point lead. Listen, Byron, I'm looking at the stats, and that's why it's tough when you look at a box score. This Laker team that they played with tonight was, +8 in rebounding, 32 assists, they had 2 more assists. They had 15 threes. They had more threes. They had less turnovers. They had under 10 turnovers on the road. Where they lost, it's 38-16 on the free throw line.
Yeah.
And plus 15 points from the free throw line. And listen, that's part of the way you had to defend. Jokic is going to get calls. Guys are going to get calls. Yeah. The Lakers played smart in that regard, but tough one at the end on Koloko. But that's where that game is won, really, because Lakers outplayed them in every statistical category.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, there's no moral victories. Obviously no moral victories. But you got to be proud and extremely excited about the way they competed tonight. And like Clever said, in every aspect of the game, they pretty much outplayed them. But at the end, the last minute and a half, their youth kind of showed as well. Koloko with the foul. If he just stays down and put your hands up, they're not going to call that. the inbound pass, the not switching on the pick and roll where Murray hits the three. You know, just little things. But when you got a group of guys that haven't played together that long, you're going to have those mistakes. It wasn't because of lack of effort. You know, so you got to be very happy about the way they competed tonight. They showed a lot of guts, a lot of grit because, again, they lost last night. You have to travel. You're undermanned. You don't get a lot of sleep, and it's a back-to-back.
Yeah.
You know, everything was against them, and they come out with this type of effort. So you got to be very proud of the way the Lakers played tonight.
No doubt. As you see Jamal Murray, Jokic did a nice job of kind of, you see him push, a little bit, and just kind of blocking that defender, gives it, you know, sags a little bit, and now Jamal Murray's got an open shot.
Jokic he's a people mover.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He walks around like he's going to set a pick and then, but what he's doing is he's moving people out of the way for Murray to get a shot or a pick or something, and he's really good at it. And that's Byron's right. The experience rose at the top. They've been there before. They know each other very well. But I thought collectively, you gotta be happy. I mean, Bronny, I think it was Bronny's best game as an NBA player. I saw him set a very nice pick, and to get someone open, defended well.
You got him open.
Shot well, and so.
By the way, James, this was not Denver also like laying over. Denver hit 42% from three. They shot 52% from the field. They shot 80% from the free throw line. This was a Laker team that was just going blow for blow.
Effort. We had a good effort tonight.
I think Denver, you know, Coach Malone's probably in the locker room going, what the hell?
Yeah.
Guys, you know, they don't have 8 of their players, 6 of their rotation players, and we gotta win the game on a Murray 3. You know, we also gotta win the game because of some mistakes they made on the offensive end, and then Shake with the cross court. You just can't throw a cross court pass from out of bounds. You can't do that, right? So I'm sure he's in the locker room going, hey, you know, if we want to really get to where we got to go to and win a championship, we got to be able to put away teams like this when they're undermanned like they were. So, you know, like we said, on our end with the Lakers, the way they played tonight, man, we got to be very proud of that group of guys because they put out a hell of an effort.
Definitely proud as this tough stretch continues. The reality, however, is that the Lakers have now lost 4 in a row, and they went from 21 losses and a 2 seed to 25 losses, and now moving back in the standings. And, 18, 17 games left. It's not time to panic, that's for sure. But it has been a tough stretch that's now kind of, stands in your way a little bit because the Lakers just didn't.
A little bit larger,
Yeah, so one game they just didn't have, as JJ said, shortcutted it. Yeah, right? They didn't have the effort that night.
That's the one, Geeter, that
hurts them a little bit.
After you looked at the injuries and LeBron being out, you look at the count, and you really put a lot of emphasis on that Brooklyn game because that's the one you need. And then you're only lost 3 in a row now instead of 4. So, they'll go through the drawing board. Hopefully, get a couple players back slowly. And if they continue to play like they played tonight, I mean, we said that
I agree.
It was going to be guys going to get to measure themselves against good players, and I thought they passed with flying colors.
And by the way, it's not just getting if LeBron's going to be out for another week or even more, this team can win basketball games if you get those other guys back. They've shown it time and time again, shorthanded, that they can win games when they get whole and they are healthy. This Laker team, we've seen what they can do. So I think that's what gives the 3 of us confidence. Now you hope they can go into this next stretch. You got 4 games at home. You got 4 games in 5 nights. Everyone's been talking about it. You know you're going to get an early start with Phoenix on Sunday, San Antonio Monday. You got Denver on Wednesday, Milwaukee on Thursday. 1 game at a time. Listen, AR tonight, I think if you're going to take some good stuff away from the last couple games, Austin Reeves, it was a short struggle, by the way, but it was a struggle a little bit, as JJ said, when he came back after the injury, shooting 26% through 3 games. That's all changed. Look at this. Most games with 30 points and 10 assists in franchise history. He does it again, and look at the legends on that list. Austin tonight goes for 37, 13 of 26, 13 assists, and 8 rebounds. He had 20 and 10 at half. The only other guy to do that in a Laker uniform since 1996 is Kobe.
Can someone tell me what the James Worthy, Byron Scott combined 3 is? What does that mean? That together we combine for 3?
Together you combine for 3?
That means that's right.
That's right.
That's a duo, baby. That's right.
Who had the 2 and the 1?
He probably had the 2.
I don't know.
That's pretty good.
I just happened to see that down there.
Pretty good. But how impressed were you, just guys, with how Austin was able to navigate the night? Listen, we've seen him as the 1A. We saw it against Indiana when he had the ball in his hands. And
Hello, xin chào tất cả mọi người. Hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn mọi người làm một chú mặt to nha. Mọi người cùng bắt tay vào làm với mình nha. Đây là những dụng cụ mình đã chuẩn bị để mình làm nhé mọi người. Mình đã chuẩn bị một chiếc kéo và 3 cây bút. Một cây bút màu bút xóa nha. Và một tờ giấy A4 màu vàng. Mọi người có thể dùng giấy khác để làm nha. Mọi người cùng bắt tay vào làm với mình nha. Đầu tiên là mình sẽ gấp chéo tờ giấy lại. Tiếp theo là mình dùng kéo mình cắt nha. Tiếp theo bên này mình cũng gấp chéo lên nha.